trying to keep. Yes, after talking about it for years, it's time you jump into the deep end and finally learn to ski or snowboard. If you're trying to think you have a terrific learn to ski or ride snowboard package, valid any 3-day lifetime of winter fun with friends and family. And there is truly no better time than
I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying having this French press. I mean, if you've used one of these, I don't have to tell you. It makes life so much easier. And it brews such a great cup of coffee. I woke up this morning and it was frigid, to say the least. I think it was around like 25 degrees. Now in the van, I slept super comfortably last night. That didn't affect me at all. Now, granted, full disclosure here, I did buy some long johns. I can't remember the last time I bought a pair of long underwear. So I did buy long johns because when I went into Yosemite yesterday, it was cold. It was 18 degrees in Wawona when I got there. So I knew ahead of time I'm going to need some long johns because I like to wear sweatpants and those don't really keep you very warm. Now, I haven't really talked about this at all, which is a nice little electric heating blanket that my sister got me for Christmas. Now, the cool thing about the electric heating blanket is, you know, it plugs in using one of these jobbies, right? 12 volt. So all I gotta do is take the 12 volt end and plug it right here into my Jackery 240. So I'm only pulling about 5 or 6 watts because I got my phone plugged in here. As we can see, I got an 85% charge, and I'm going to turn on the 12 volt and the lights come on. We turn this guy on right here and we got indicators of green. So you got different settings here. You have the time duration. The time duration indicated by green for 30 minutes, yellow for 45, red for 60. Then you have the temperature here, which is basically just low, medium, high. Now we're pulling 66. 66 watts using the heating blanket with a cell phone, so it's probably pulling about 60 on its own. That's not too bad. You know, this thing is not gonna get nuclear hot. This would not save you if you were sleeping outdoors in freezing temperatures, but what it does is it acts as a nice little lap blanket and it just gets warm enough to take the edge off. All right, took a nice little drive across the parking lot to Round Table Pizza. They got a little special. You get a drink and a personal pizza for like $7. I'm gonna get down on my pizza, my lemonade, and I've been watching the show Perry Mason on HBO. I'm about halfway through the season. There's only one season. It just came out this year, I believe. And I'm really into it right now. I'm digging on, like, it's like a prequel to the Perry Mason that we all came to know. on TV, and better yet, it's set in Los Angeles, 1932, which is quite an interesting time period to try and capture. And I'm familiar with some of the sites of LA that were around at the time, and they've really gone to some lengths to recreate some of those and to utilize what is still standing from that era in Los Angeles. And furthermore, it's a hard-boiled detective story. I'm kind of partial to those. So, see you when I see you. So I've been luxuriating in this Vons parking lot for long enough. I feel like I need to get out, start moving around again. So, you know, I've been spending the last couple days in and out of the town of Oakhurst here, which, if you're going up to Yosemite National Park and you're coming up from Fresno or points south of Fresno, Los Angeles, wherever, and you're coming up Highway 41, you're going to go through the town of Oakhurst, and you're probably going to stop here. If not for the night, you might stop here to, you know, fill up on supplies or what have you. Now, Oakhurst is a small little community, somewhere like 50 miles north of Fresno on Highway 41, and it's only around 16 miles south from Yosemite's south entrance. Now, a lot of people find themselves in Oakhurst because they don't want to stay in Yosemite for whatever reason. Some of the lodging can be expensive there. Maybe they're not into camping. Maybe they're in a van and it's kind of frowned upon just to park around Yosemite. And right now, you can't stay in Yosemite. So if you're visiting, you're either staying in El Portal, which you're not because the hotels aren't open. You're staying up in like Manteca or somewhere if you're coming in from the Bay Area, or you're staying in Oakhurst. And Oakhurst has a lot of lodging. Oakhurst is a town that's really, at this point, its economy relies heavily on travel to and from Yosemite National Park. So, like I myself, I'm here at the Vons parking lot. Vons is a great place to stop and restock because behind me here, they have a Big Five. Right over the way here is a CVS. So, plenty of places to restock while you're here. And the other thing with all of these shopping centers right here, basically at the intersection of Highway 41 and Highway 49, is that there's a lot of parking lots. So if you're in a van like me, plenty of places to park up. Driving north into Oakhurst, the first place you'll encounter to stay is this 5-star hotel called Chateau de Cyril. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but Google says it's a luxurious lodging with a stone turret and posh rooms, plus a renowned restaurant and a swanky spa. Now, coming into town, just past the chateau on the right, down there is America's Best Value Inn. Always a great value, but not always what you're looking for, maybe. Now, as we're driving through town, there's lots of food options, all your standard fare from fast food to local chains like Deli Delicious, great sandwiches. And crossing Road 426, just off to the right here, is the Visitor Center for Yosemite. And they're open all year round. They're even open right now. I went there yesterday. Maybe it was the day before. I don't know, I get my days mixed up sometime. And as we're continuing up Highway 41, we're gonna hit what I refer to as Hotel Row. Starting off with the Comfort Inn on the right, and the Best Western Inn on the left. And just up ahead here on the left also is the Yosemite Sierra Inn. Now these hotels have been here forever. What hasn't been here forever are these brand new chain hotels. The Hampton Inn. We have the Fairfield by Marriott Inn and Suites and a Holiday Inn Express. None of these are open yet, but they should be open very soon, I would imagine. And there's also other hotels along the way, like the Narrow Gauge Inn, the Tenaya Lodge, of course. There's, what's it called? The Houndstooth Inn, and a couple other ones peppered in along the way. And that's not even to mention all the places that you could stay at Bass Lake if you wanted to stay there. They have nice accommodations as well. So back in town here, if you like local history, I really recommend cutting down Road 426 into town there and follow the signs for historic point of interest. If you're not so interested in going there, but you'd like to see what I'm talking about, check out one of my earlier videos where I go there. Up here is the Oak Hill Cemetery, which is a cute little cemetery with a quaint little chapel in it. Now, just past the McDonald's, I'm heading south back into town here, obviously. I'm gonna hang a right at Route 49, and this is where all your amenities are. Now, they got a movie theater that's not open right now, some food options, of course the Dollar Tree, you know that's my favorite. Now, just over here to the right of Rally's, I stumbled across this little guy, which is a Glacier water station. You can refill your water there for only 40 cents. And we're gonna cut back here behind Rally's. Behind Rally's, woo! Holy moly, rice-a-roni! Now, I'm not gonna tell you if you're a van lifer where to park. I'm just gonna show you that they got some nice parking spaces right back here. And I'll also let you know that I spent at least 2 nights parked right there. Right by this tree here. Woo! So across from the grocery outlet is what I refer to as the worst Sears ever, which is quite a bold statement. And now they got a huge parking lot back here, as you can see. Plenty of room for oversized parking. And I've looked around. I don't see any signs that say no overnight parking or any yada yada such business. Continuing on from the Sears, we're gonna get in this lineup because right across the street is Vons. Now, I'm a Vons reward member, which I recommend any kind of reward benefit program you can get at anywhere, whether it be Subway, Starbucks, your local grocery store, a chain grocery store, big box store. Get on it, because anytime you spend money, you get something in return. Vons has this reward points program. The more you spend, the more reward points you get. And that primarily is good to use at their gas stations. And that's pretty much it for me, given my little tour of Oakhurst. But one thing I did just notice while driving by, I'm gonna hang a right heading out of the parking lot, which dumps out onto the Highway 41. If you make a right over here, there's a Central Valley Community Bank branch and a Poppy. Hey, Poppy! Papa Murphy's Pizza right here as well. But that's not why I'm here. Why I'm here is this. While this does not affect me in any way, if you're driving up here and you're in a hybrid, electric, whatever you do, you got to charge it up. Well, right there, they got a nice little charging station set up for you. Putting Oakhurst in our rear view, we're heading south back down the 41 toward Fresno.